Hi everybody, it's Lisa with Junk Journal Gems. I thought I'd turn the camera on. I'm making some of those envelopes that I talked about in my 5-item swap. And I also made something else that we can play with together as well. Just to back up a little bit in case there's somebody joining us who hasn't seen the 5-item swap video, what I started with for this envelope is a hardware store key envelope. Also could be something like a coin envelope. This one I just used as my template. I sliced it open and put it on a thin piece of cardboard. I think this came from the back of a calendar. And I traced around the envelope, and I've been using this as my template so that I can make these envelopes out of any type of material that I want to. So for example, what I've got here is this one. I just used a piece of music paper. And this one I used a page from a book, and to age it, see, here's what the book looked like. And to age it, I just used my matte medium and adhered some tea bag to it. So that's fun, and I've got some vintage buttons on here. This one is just a piece of scrapbook paper. And this embellishment here is from Linda at Little Lace Lady. I love her tatting. So I used one of her pieces on here. And this is an Edith Holden book page that I used along with an offcut, the negative space from one of my dies, and just put an image out of a book of a plant, a yo-yo, a couple yo-yos, and a button and a paper flower here. So that's my Edith Holden one. Here's another Edith Holden one, and on this one, to age it, I put some sewing pattern paper over the top of it. This is a piece of scrapbook paper, and on this one, I just, with the matte medium again, used a napkin. So that's what I've been up to, and I thought I would bring you along with me to finish up this one. I can't decide with this one if I want to go ahead and embellish it or not, but I think I might. So let's give that a try. How do I want this? I'll go that way maybe. So these have been fun to make. It got kind of addicting once I got going. Typical thing, once you start, gosh, it's hard to stop when you're having a lot of fun making something, right? So I'm just going with the art glitter glue along the edge of each flap so that the lower one doesn't catch and the upper one goes over the front of that, or comes over farther so it will catch it on both sides. I'm gonna kind of hold it for a second so it holds, because with that matte medium on there with the napkin, it kind of wants to curl a little bit. There. The good thing about our glitter glue is it acts fast. So for an application like we just did here, that's really helpful. And again, I'll hold this one down a little bit so it sticks and stays. In the meantime, put my needle in on my glue so that doesn't dry out. So let's go like this. All right, so this is where I was having trouble. Did I really want to embellish this or not? And maybe what I'll do is I've got some of my Tim Holtz people out, the paper dolls. And I wasn't sure if I wanted the smaller size. Oh, look at these three ladies. They're cute. I think they're too small though. So maybe I need to go there. It stayed. Maybe I need to go up a size. Oh, sorry about the dogs. My husband is busy today putting my shelving in the closets, and when he goes outside, the dogs feel like they're being left out of something. Do I want to put a label with her? Oh golly, the one barking right now is Macy. That might be all it needs because I really don't want to cover up those flowers. There, she's a little lighter. I like that better. Okay, we'll go that route. It was either that, the the label, or going with something like this. I'm so sorry about the dog barking. Do I want that, or do I want a couple? I thought I had some smaller ones. These little pieces of crochet like this, or I don't know if that's tatting or crochet, but these I get from Donna Little. I just love getting her little snippets to play with. Here's another one. Maybe I like that one a little better. You normally do things in odd numbers, but maybe I'll put a button down. But let's start with her and go from there. And then these are ephemera pieces that I'll be able then to use in the prom dress journal. I'm filming this on Sunday. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. Sundays are always a little sad to me. It's the end of the weekend. Got to go back to work tomorrow. Not that I don't enjoy my job. I do. But weekends are always so nice. Yesterday we were at graduation parties again. Maybe I want... There we go. I like that. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, still in the process of congratulating all the seniors who have graduated. Our son's been going to so many graduation parties for his friends too. It's nice that they all support each other so well. After a busy day today of getting shelving done and cleaning and all the other things we try to accomplish on a weekend before the end of Sunday, I thought I just wanted to get some crafting done. I think I like it better like that. There we go. And we'll go like this. Yep. I always, again, still have a hard time telling. There, this is the front. It's always so hard for me to tell. I don't do tatting myself, nor do I crochet. So it always seems like such a difficult task to me. I've tried crocheting, but that did not go well. Maybe I'll try again someday, but I learn best when I'm with someone, when I can learn face to face. I was trying to teach myself through learning by a book, and that was not going well for me. There we go. So there's that envelope. that to our pile of envelope goodies. And then this one, I was thinking I'd put this flower down and one of these labels that I made, but have it kind of half underneath and a little bit over like that. And then I kind of liked, do I want a lighter number or a darker one? I think I want a darker one. Like this, which means I've got to slide this over a little. There. Okay, there's my glue paper. The 8 looked like it was upside down, and I think it may have been. All right, this has a little texture to it, so I'm not going to use my glue stick. I'm going to stick with my art glitter glue. A little extra on here in the middle for good measure. Help make it stick better. Okay, and then I'm going to leave that up for a second. And then, let's see here. I'm afraid I'm going to flip this over and flop it. That, and then this little guy can go like I think I'm just gonna have to put him on top here. Okay, got this all stuck down. And then this side that I let hang over, we're just going to trim off. There we go. There. That's cute too. All right. There. So I've got some envelopes for my stash, and I'll have my template to keep so I can do this again. But if ever you get something like this, you know, think about how you can use something even as a template. You don't always have to just use the piece as is or cover it up in your journal. You know, take it apart and be able to use something like that long term. All right, so that's that piece. The next thing I wanted to show you, get my needle in here. The next thing I wanted to show you that I was up to, get some of this out of the way. I've got all these little, done a little doilies out, doily pieces out. They are so much fun to play with. And I find that whenever I get things from Donna, I hoard them. I love them so much that then I don't use them, and it's silly. So just force myself to start using them. I think this whole bag is of things that I've gotten from Donna. All right. I have been making little labels, and I got this idea. This is not my original idea. These, I got the idea from Gil Agostinelli, and I know that Gil got the idea from someone, and I apologize, I don't remember who that was, but this is another thing. Once you get going, it is really hard to stop because it was so much fun. but I wanted to show you how I went about doing this because it's super easy. Let me find here real quick. Whoops, making a mess. I use this Bow Bunny stamp set a lot, but then here's my stamp set with my little label pieces that I use. That, to my surprise, I thought I had more things like this than I actually do, but it worked. So what I wanted to try next is I wanted to give these pages a try. Now, granted, they're thin pages, but I wanted just to see what it would look like. And this is from a postage stamp catalog that is from 1933. And it's old. It's seen better days. But they have some interesting things in them. It already, though, looks like a stamped background and just has some different fonts that I thought was really interesting. So let me get out my stamp blocks and let's give it a try. What I was finding while I was doing this before is a couple of my favorite inks was this one. The Rusty Hinge was turning out great. And my this wasn't very juicy, so what I ended up using was my illustrated faith for my Bible journaling. It still worked. And my archival ink is in the coffee color. So these are the ones that I found most helpful for this particular project. And I was thinking with this one, some of these you may not need much else to go on it if you're able to capture some of these images. Here's my little, here. So let's see what we get. And for this one, I think I'll use the Illustrated Faith in the black. It's called Black Eyed Pea. I don't normally use this for my junk journal crafting, but because the other one wasn't juicy, it's working. So let's see here. Hold it down for a few seconds and see what we get. Ta-da! I like it. It's just different and interesting. So let's keep going. Then we'll try something else. So let's try some of this. Oh yeah, that's cool too. And then I can just have these ready to use on pieces. Where else do I wanna? Those I think I'll use my longer stamp for. Well, that's that one's a little crooked. Whoops. Let's see. I don't want to get my head in under the camera. Let's see here. Give this one a try. Looks like it might be a little straighter. Yep. Cool. I'm going to keep going. And then you can use, if I wanted to put other stamped images on here, I could, but I kind of wanted to have some, which I did that here with these other ones. But with these, I just wanted to kind of almost have it with a background effect. But I did some too with the birds. That turned out cute. I did some with leaves, or it says airmail. You know, just get your stamps out and play. Now what I wanted to do over here, let's stamped off. What I wanted to do here was get out this other long one. Oh, there we go. And then I'm still wanting to use the black, I think. Let's try this. I don't like that one. Meh. Didn't turn out as cool as I thought it would. Bummer. Let's try this one. That's kind of cool. Let's try on this page. Huh, the Illustrated Faith ink doesn't even bleed through this. Let's try the coffee one. Which stamp do I want to use? Let's try one of each. Let's do this one first. Count a few seconds out. Oh yeah, that's neat. I like that. Let's do it again. See what I mean? You get going and it's almost like a little science experiment. What's going to happen this time? Okay. Ooh yeah. I like this coffee colored ink on this particular paper with it being so aged. Let's try the Rusty Hinge. And let's do that one on this long narrow one. I'm always a hot mess when I'm doing this. Stamping and me equals grungy fingers. Okay, let's try this. Let's do this on here. So the Rusty Hinge will have more of a orangey color, see? Like rust. Again. Yeah, these were all my favorite colors. I also did some in, this is Memento brand ink called Rosebud. It's a pink color. I also did some on some green scraps that I had, but I don't know. I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite. I like the book page background. The other thing that I wanted to try was, let's see. I've got this book. My Falling Apart book, but it's got such a neat font that let's just try it on this page. Fussy cut those out later. Let's do this, and I think I'm gonna go with the coffee on this one. Whoops. Very crooked. Oh, really? go. Oh, it's like these are, I'm going to have to scrub them up a little bit or something because they're kind of losing their stickum. The cling stamp isn't clinging as well as it should. Okay. Let's give this a try. Let's start at the bottom. I'm probably close to being off screen. Oh, cool. I like that. Because I'm just crazy about this book font. Oh, yeah. Very nice. Okay, then after this, we'll try the rusty hinge again. Oh, neat. Neat, neat. Why did I take that off? I don't know. Too much house cleaning today makes Lisa a tired girl. See what I mean? Maybe. Let's get out the baby wipes and see if we can remedy this really quick. Okay. All right. Clean off my fingers too. Look at that. This a try. Clean off the pad while we're at it too. Okay. Ugh, now it's just super slippery. I've got my craft room door shut and I can hear my dog running around outside the door. She's wondering, now she's kind of snorting. She's wondering why I won't let her in. Oh, what a baby. What a baby. Okay. Let's try the rusty hinge. It's just that some colors will look so much different with whatever the color of the paper is. And this paper, I think I prefer the coffee. I like the rusty hinge. It's not that I don't like it. I just prefer the coffee. And you'll find as you do this, some papers just work better than others because some are, you know, a little more porous than others. And if they're thirsty papers, then your image isn't as crisp. So let's go ahead and try the black on here and see what we like. They all three look nice, but I'd say the coffee is first, black is second, and then the rusty hinge on this particular page. Other papers, it was different. So play around with your different inks because you just don't know what you really might find that you like. And then you can also, where's my other stamp? All right. Going, oh, you can also play around with going vertically. because that gives a really cool effect too. And then you can get out numbers and letters and stamp different things over the top. I think what I will do on this is I really like, there's these numbers, and then I also have these flowers I really like, but they're more vertical. So let's get my birdie out. He's more hard to tell though if I'm getting him correctly on the stamped label. So I'd almost be better off stamping the image of the bird first and then the label over top, because I can see better because this isn't clear. Oh, see what I mean? But I'm not giving up. I'm like, no, I'm getting stubborn about it. Fun though, fun. What else do I have? Not that. That won't fit. These numbers are kind of cool. They were super cheap. I don't even remember where I ordered them from or where I got them from, but I've had so much fun with them. See? Or you can stamp them one at a time and get them closer together. Very fun. So I'll set this aside. You get the gist of the, it's the possibilities are just endless. But that's another thing that I was playing with and was having fun. My husband was drilling while he was making the closets, and I wasn't able to turn the camera on to have you all join me initially when I was making these, but I thought that I would come back and show you what I made and show you some of the varieties of things that you can do. Possibilities are endless, like I said, but play around and have fun. You can use things for templates, use your stamps, get out and just have a play date and enjoy yourself, and then use your items in your own personal journals or as you're making your junk journals. So thanks a lot for joining me. I appreciate all of you who have joined and those who have subscribed. If you've not yet subscribed, please click subscribe so you can follow along and see what we make on Junk Journal Gems. And please click like so it helps me gain other people who can find my channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.